Welcome to Jackie's Craft Table. Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video, I am crafting with Spellbinders June card kit. It's called Super Chill. This is the first time I've ever used a Spellbinders card kit before, and I'm super excited. These kits are just packed full of crafty goodies. I was so amazed with this kit. I'm going to show you the contents of this card kit. So it came with lots of dies and a pretty little bottle of sequins. These are some stickers. So much variety in this kit. It also comes with some foam tape and some score tape. There are 10 white envelopes and card bases that they include. Here's a little stamp set that's just packed with darling images and sentiments. And they give you a lot of ephemera, and in this pack there's 2 of each picture. There's also a lot of fun sentiments in here. I had so much left over when I was done with these cards. Here are 6 journaling cards. You can use these for your journals or scrapbooks or even on your card fronts. They give you a whole pack of pattern paper. And it's nice to have this much because if you mess up on one card or one doesn't turn out to your liking, you have more of the same pattern paper to use. And they're all beautiful pictures, and some of them have foiling on them. You get 2 vellum and foil sheets. And then some beautiful cardstock. And these kind of have a linen texture to some of them. And I really love this gold foil piece of cardstock. And that's everything included in this beautiful kit. My first card is going to be very simple. I just wanted to get my creative juices flowing. So I'm going to use a piece of the pattern paper and some of the ephemera. I cut down a piece of black cardstock and I'm going to attach that in the corner. I used my tape runner just because I forgot that it did include some tape for you. I'm popping up this first piece with some foam squares. It also included some foam squares, but I kept forgetting that it included it, so I didn't use that too much. And now I'm arranging these hexagons across this black piece of cardstock. Some of them I'm going to glue down flat, and some I'm going to use some square foam behind it. And these are so pretty. They have a little foil dot in the center. I'm going to use this as a birthday card because I can always use birthday cards in my stash. And it was fun just building a pattern across the front of this card. Using my tweezers a little bit because I can't see what I'm doing with my fingers in the way, and it just helps. I'm using my tape runner to attach it to the card base. And then I am going to attach a strip of black cardstock at the bottom of this panel. Just added a little something more. And I'm also going to use some of the pretty gold sequins across the front of this card. I love this little bottle. I wish all sequins came in those cute bottles. And here is the finished card. On the inside, I used some more pattern paper and ephemera. Such an easy card to put together. My next card is going to be a little more complicated, but a lot of fun. I pulled out the lemon slices from the stamp set, and I'm going to stamp out my own pattern background with these. I'm going to speed this up because it does take time, a lot of time to do this. The paper I'm using is a piece of Desert Storm paper. It's kind of like a craft, but it's really smooth. I like this paper for my pencil coloring. I'm stamping out the little hexagon with some twisted citron Distress Oxide ink. And I don't show it in the video, but I do come in and stamp the outline to these hexagons. And then this little piece of candy. I'm using my Polychromos pencils to color in these images, and I'm not going to show you the whole thing. It's just basic coloring. So I'm coloring in the rind with a dark green. And then I use my white colored pencil as well as a lighter green colored pencil for the interior of these limes. And then I do the same thing with the lemons. I use a dark yellow on the rind and a lighter yellow on the inside. This white colored pencil I'm using is a Caran d'Ache colored pencil. It really lays down the color well, better than the Polychromos white pencil, so I always use that. I'm using a scrap piece of Nina Solar White cardstock to stamp out my sentiment. There's going to actually be 3 sentiments across this panel. And I liked this little banner sentiment. I thought it was so cute. I stamped it with some VersaFine Onyx black ink so that I could pour some clear embossing powder over it. This just gives it a little bit of shine. And this says hugs and squeezes. And then I can melt that with my heat tool. The second sentiment I'm stamping onto a piece of the lime-colored cardstock that came in the kit. And I'm going to emboss this with white embossing powder. It says, "You're my." And then my third one, I'm stamping onto a piece of the yellow cardstock. And it says, "Main Squeeze." I'm also going to heat emboss this with some clear embossing powder, just so all of my sentiments are the same, kind of shiny. And now I can cut them all into strips, as you see there. I'm cropping off the edges of my panels with a corner rounder. And I'm also going to use a piece of the pattern paper. Now I can adhere everything down, now that I know the placement. I'm just using my dot liner to add this piece of paper flat. And then I can trim off the excess. I'm going to prop up my sentiments with some foam tape. And I have to cut that down into thin strips to fit these sentiment banners. But I like the dimension that this adds to the card. And then I can just peel off the release paper and attach those. I think that's a fun card. Now I can just trim off the excess. And I'm going to attach it to a card base from the kit. And I'm also going to add a few of the sequins. I use these sequins, I think, almost on every card. I think they're so beautiful. I'm using some liquid glue to attach this panel. And I like how the white peeks around the edges. Just adds to the card, I think. And that finishes off card number 2. Here's a look at the inside. I used more ephemera as well as a piece of scrap paper from my card panel. On card number 3, I'm going to use these cute heart sunglasses die. I'm using my handy little desktop die cutting machine to cut these out. And I'm cutting them out with pink as well as a piece of the blue cardstock you'll see here in a minute. These cut out the frame of the heart for the sunglasses. I think that's so cute. And then I'm just using more liquid glue to adhere everything together. This is one of the reasons I bought this kit, was for these cute sunglasses. I'm also going to use the sentiment dies from this kit that says, "Oh Joy." And I'm going to cut them out with a bit of this gold cardstock. These have a really beautiful font to them. So cute. I just love the way these turn out. And then on this card, I remember to use some of the adhesive that came in the kit. And I have trouble with peeling off the release paper. So I struggle with that a bit. Once I get that off, I'm going to attach this across this yellow piece of cardstock diagonally, as well as a strip of the gold cardstock. I gave up and started using my dot liner at this point. I'm terrible with the release paper. And then I can trim it off with my pair of long scissors. It looks so pretty. I love the yellows and the pinks together. I'm going to layer that onto a piece of the black cardstock. And of course, my dot liner again. Now I can adhere everything to the white card base. And then my glasses are next. I'm just using a little bit of liquid adhesive. I'm going to dot that around the perimeter of these glasses. That looks cute. I liked the blue cardstock for the lenses of these glasses. And I'm also going to glue down flat my sentiment. And this could be a birthday card or whatever you'd like. It's just fun. So cute. And then here are my sequins again. And that finishes off this card. Love it. Here's a peek at the inside. I used more ephemera pieces. And as you can see, I turned this one into a birthday card as well. On to my next card. I'm using the glasses again, and this time I die cut them with some of the gold cardstock from the kit. This is a piece of the patterned paper, also from the kit, and then the sentiment, I'm using a sticker. And I'm going to match that with this gold cardstock. My sentiment I'm attaching down flat onto the front of my card, as well as my glasses. I'm just putting dots of glue again behind these. And then I'm using the score tape this time, and I'm putting a piece along the, I don't know what you call it, the arm of the glasses, because I'm going to attach some vellum for my lenses this time. I didn't want that to show up too much, but I thought the arm of the glasses would hide it pretty well. It's just kind of see-through. I thought that was cute. And then more gold sequins. I wish that they had different sizes of sequins in this pack, but it's lovely. I enjoyed working with these. And that was just a quick little card to put together. And on the inside, it says, "Hello, sunshine." I loved this piece of foiled pattern paper, so I'm using this for my next card. And I'm going to cut it down with one of my rounded corner dies. This has a faux stitching to it. I'll have all of the products I'm using linked below, as well as over on my blog. The pattern paper, as well as the card bases from this kit, are rather thin, so it's good to layer them up to make it a sturdier card. And I'm going to use some of the pink cardstock behind my pattern paper. Using my bone folder just to smooth out the edges. Sometimes my paper trimmer kind of pulls up the edges. I think I need a new blade on that. I've had it for like 9 years. I just love it. It's a Fiskars. I'm using some of the stickers from this card kit, and I did stick them down onto a piece of white cardstock just to add a little more thickness to it, and then I fussy cut them out. I'm using the foam squares from this kit to prop up this middle flower, as well as my sentiment. And this is a banner from the ephemera pack, and it just says "Happy Birthday." And then here's my sequins. They say it's best to use an odd number, more pleasing to the eye. And that finishes off this card. On the inside, I used another sticker that says party and some more ephemera pieces. I really enjoyed creating with this card kit. It was so packed with fun stuff. And I just had tons of products left over from this card kit. Going to have to invite my girlfriends over and have a card crafting party or something to use these up. I hope you all get a chance to sit down and create something awesome today. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. I hope you all have a lovely day. Bye.